Lady Gaga says, I want your drama, the touch of your hand, I want your leather-studded kisses in the sand, I want your love, 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 I want your love. We are all crying out for love. Every single one of us is crying out for love. But will we get it from our leaders? Will we really get it from our political leaders? Are they really out for our benefit? Only a few years ago, most of the British politicians were caught fiddling their expenses. Mark 15:15. So Pilate, wishing to satisfy the crowd, released for them Barabbas having scourged Jesus, he delivered him to be crucified. Matthew 15:15. Pilate was a religious leader. He didn't show any love to Jesus Christ. He went with the crowd. He went with his own power and position. And throughout history, people have tried to trust in politics, but politics will let you down. We need to rely on Christ, who dealt with our sin and who became our Saviour. It says, for all who rely on the law are under a curse, for it is written, cursed is everyone who does not abide by all things written in the book of the law and do that. Now it is evident that no one is justified before God by the law. Galatians 3:10-11. We can try to get right with God through our own ability, but we cannot do it. We are condemned by the law. Do not lie, do not steal, do not commit adultery. We are all sinners. This is the great truth that you have to admit if you're going to know God. C.H. Spurgeon, a Baptist preacher, says, a sinner means one who cares nothing for God, who breaks God's law, despises God's mercy, and who will, if he continues as he is, have to endure God's wrath as a punishment for his sins. Spurgeon says sin has been pardoned at such a price that we cannot henceforth trifle with it. Galatians 3:12, Christ redeemed us from the curse of the law by becoming a curse for us. Christ saved us by dying on that cross for the curse that we were under because of the law. When Christ was on that cross, what did he endure? What did he endure when he was arrested and they mocked him and whipped him? Dr. Barclay writes, the criminal was bent and bound in such a way that his back was exposed. This scourging was a long leather thong with sharpened pieces of lead and bits of bone. It literally tore a man's back to ribbons. Some men died under it. Some men emerged from the ordeal raving mad. Few retained consciousness. It was what they did to Jesus. When Christ was being whipped, he was being whipped to take your curse. Because you can't keep the law, he took your punishment for you. And so we have, O love divine, what hast thou done? The immortal God hath died for me. Says a hymn. You will not find love in the despisers of Christianity. There are mockers today who despise the Christian faith, and they led him out to crucify him. Mark